Hi guys, my name is Briana Rudolph and I am going to be presenting pre-operational teaching for preschool children. So just for some background, I am currently a preschool teacher in the junior pre-K classroom, ranging ages 3 to 4 at Katie Academy. This presentation will be projected to the target audience of my junior preschool co-teachers, and let's jump right in. So background, what is pre-operational? The term preoperational refers to Jean Piaget's second stage in cognitive development. Now, there are 4 total stages. However, as you will see, the preoperational stage will be the sole focus for this presentation. So this stage of preoperational involves children ages 2 to 7 years old. As you will see for our classroom, ages 3 to 4, they fit perfectly in this stage, and you'll see better as we go further. So key characteristics in this stage, some of those which include symbolic representation, egocentrism, and centration. Objectives. So what will be the takeaways? The teachers will be able to exhibit a fundamental confidence in teaching the following areas: comprehension, the ability to promote symbolic representation; application, the ability to discourage egocentrism; and analysis, discouraging centration. As you will see to the right of this slide, I have incorporated an image of Bloom's taxonomy. As you will see, analysis, application, and comprehension are all on the lower tiers of the order of thinking skills because these children are so young compared to those that are in the brackets of evaluation and synthesis. Comprehension, promoting symbolic representation. Encourage the children to recognize symbols, such as words and numbers, that express different aspects of the world. Now, that's an outcome that we would get from comprehension and promoting symbolic representation. And at this time, I would ask that my co-teachers list some examples of what they think would be fitting of symbolic representation to incorporate in lesson plans on a corresponding piece of paper. All right, so just to continue, for symbolic representation, it is quoted that children must learn the mappings among non-symbolic quantities, for example, sets of objects, spoken number words, and written digits. So an example that our teachers may have come up with to utilize in the classroom would be numbers such as the number 2, which a child can represent to the world as 2 eyes, the number 4 for 4 tires on a car, or the number 10 for 10 fingers and 10 toes. So that's just a very easy thing that our 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds can grasp. Application, discouraging egocentrism. So they will have the ability to demonstrate to the children how they can employ altruism in their social interactions, altruism being the opposite of egocentrism, and how to relate to others better. Our 3-year-old and 4-year-olds tend to be very self-aware and not worldly aware of their peers. So we're trying to get them out of that phase and get them into accepting and mutuality. And again, I would have my co-teachers list some corresponding examples on this topic that they think would be fitting for the class. Okay, in continuation, it is also quoted that the lessening of adult authority and increase in mutual respect and cooperation helps in moral development and decentering of egocentrism. So although the adults do have to kind of introduce the idea of egocentrism, not being great, and how they do want to employ altruism and, common respect for others and have a better idea of worldliness, it's also up to the children to have it innate in them. They have to want to act this way, they have to be shown this is the proper way, and they have to actually do it that way. So just to continue. So for analysis, discouraging centration, we want to implement more complex lesson plans that ask the children to analyze and distinguish different parts of the activity. So by doing this, the children will be able to expand their attention to focus and detail while also promoting decentering in combination with conservation. Again, I will ask the co-teachers to provide a list of examples of how they think this would be fitting in the lesson plan. Okay, to continue, it's quoted that a 4-year-old who asked to put blocks into groups might focus his or her attention on the color of the blocks instead of the shape or the material from which they are constructed. I thought that was a great example to put because that's very common. You'll find that very frequently in the class. So an example that we could put in a lesson plan would be a mixing of paint, and then we would have the children ask, what they think the color combination will be based off these colors. What if we mix these colors? And just have them think deeper, have them think further, and, not limit their thought process to one thing. Ask them why they think this made this color. Why did this light and dark color make this shade? Things like that. Okay, so the conclusion, what's next? So after presenting this PowerPoint to my co-teachers, they should be able to connect the dots and further research previously mentioned topics of symbolic representation, egocentrism, and centration. In addition, they're going to be asked to create lesson plans that directly correspond with such topics. And they'll also be asked to execute such lesson plans to excel our children to the next level. So on this slide, I have some vocabulary just in case it wasn't already clear to the teachers based off context clues as to what preoperational means, symbolic representation, egocentrism, centration, decentering, and conservation. They can always look back at it and refer to it. And here, of course, I have my work cited. And just very quickly, I want to also add a quote from Kale. A child cannot skip preoperational thinking and move directly from sensory motor to concrete operational thought. And I just wanted to express that because we're not trying to have the children skip stages. We're trying to focus on Piaget's stage of preoperational. We're trying to promote it and enhance it and reinforce it in the classroom. We're not trying to jump them straight into concrete operational. We're trying to ready them because when they get into the next stages of schooling, such as pre-K and elementary, they'll be more than ready to go because they have years until 7 years of age until they're out of this stage and into concrete operational. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation and have a great day.